What is up, guys? Young Flame here. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a video saying basically it's just going to be all my complaints regarding the Southern San Andreas Super Autos, or however you pronounce that DLC. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, it's a new DLC that just came out. Here's all my complaints. For one, it's not that big of a DLC. It's a smaller DLC. They didn't add any businesses or any extra, garages like that you could buy, save more space. They didn't really offer anything. They just threw a couple new cars in there. It's like we're back to the High Life update. I don't even know if they added guns. I gotta check. I don't even think they added new guns to the game or clothes. Obviously, I could be wrong. They might have added some clothes, but anyways, that's totally behind it. It's a small DLC, and what I want to talk about is my complaints. So obviously the first one is it being small. My second complaint is they did really crappy implementing all of the cars. So like, I was looking at the cars that they added, and I was like, wow, these cars are gonna be so cool. I mean, look, go on Legendary. You got this 2.3 million for the Entity XXR, but it's based off the Koenigsegg Agera R. So since it's both based off the Koenigsegg Agera R, I was like, well, hey, that's worth it. I like the Koenigsegg Agera R. I think it's an amazing car. We've needed it in GTA forever. But guess what? It's slower than the regular Entity. And there's lots of stuff in this game that could beat that regular Entity. That car's been in the game since the start. Alright. So the first thing is, all these cars have a problem. Even if they're rear-wheel drive, it doesn't matter. You can't double clutch them. And it doesn't, it loses speed. Like when you go around Bend, how some cars go like, starts revving up real high because it downshifts and revs up real high, but it like, it's basically like double clutching, around the bend because, it's just kind of how the GTA mechanics work. Well, they went against everything in this DLC and made it so those mechanics don't work. So the car starts revving real high, but when you go to make it, like when it starts revving real high, what it does is, instead of going faster, it stays exactly where you're at. So if you're at 40 miles an hour, you're going to stay at 40 or 50 miles an hour, but it's just going to keep staying there until it's done doing its, revving. Like, you know what I mean, revving up the RPM. So I just thought that was something, I was like, wow, that sucks. So yes, it is confirmed. I do not see any clothes for this DLC, so obviously they didn't take time to do that. Except for these racing suits, but these are about it. And if you really want to wear these around the map, you're crazy. So there's no cool clothes. I hope this guy don't try shooting me. But yeah, so there's no super cool clothes. I gotta check guns, but so yeah, I mean, for one, small DLC. For two, the cars, they just don't have the performance, you know what I mean? Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds is in the game. A GT500, a classic one. I've wanted that car in there forever, and honestly, they didn't do bad with the look on this one. Like Eleanor, like, I mean, for being in GTA, you could tell what this car's based off of very easily, and it's not too highly priced for people. It's only $565,000, which isn't bad. This car has, it looks cool and I like it, but it just doesn't, I don't know, there's just a few things that I have wrong with it. So it's just everything. They need to make this better. They should have made it so these cars were like faster, obviously, like they should have been, because the GT500 should have dominated the muscle car game, but it didn't. So yeah, that kind of sucks. And just some other stuff, what I mean? I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. So the Supra's gonna be getting added. That's my next thing. So we are gonna get a Supra when the Supra does finally get in the game, though. won't matter because it's going to be ugly. They didn't give any liveries for it because people leaked them. You know, people can leak the like the codes or whatever. Like they could leak the cars into the game basically. So someone leaked it, but it doesn't matter because the cars, they made them suck. And the Supra has no liveries. The exhausts are ugly. You're just gonna have to wait and see the Supra for yourself. They made it horrible. Anyways, this be your boy Flame signing out. Peace. This has just been a horrible DLC, I swear. I don't know. It had a lot of opportunity, but they didn't implement it. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, peace.